Wow.
Oh, God. Okay.
Did you hear that?
What?
The bells. And welcome back to the odd hour. It's the hour between 12 and 13 a.m. The oddest hour of them all.
That is pretty scary.
I don't even think that's on most clocks. They don't even bother putting it there.
No, and I think it's because when you're between those kind of hours, it gets a little too real.
Yeah, that's the most realest hour.
It's the realest hour.
I guess it's just the 1 hour.
Yeah. Well,
speaking of which.
Yeah, I was like, since we always feel like we're kind of trapped in a nightmare perpetually in this hour.
Oh.
Because we never leave.
Yeah.
We thought we'd go over some fears today.
Okay, yeah, good. Because I was thinking it was going to be top 10 fears. It just sounded like you were going to say top 10 nightmares. I was like, that's not what I wrote down.
No.
Top 10 fears.
It's top 10
fears.
top
Okay.
10 things we're afraid of.
Okay. So here we're
in no particular order.
We're gonna. Oh, really? I wrote mine in ascending order.
Oh.
One of the.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
Burells are in ascending order.
Do you need to rearrange?
No.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
This is number 10, so I'm scared.
Okay.
But it's like unlikely.
So it's like 1.
Well, on the scale of
first,
what I am.
It's your first fear.
Here's my fear number 10.
Okay.
Coming in at number 10.
Okay.
It's zombie apocalypse.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, unlikely, but it would suck.
They think it could happen.
There are several ways that it could happen.
Like when all those people were on bath salts, you remember that?
I don't know if it was all those people. But yeah.
Well, it was like enough.
It was like in the news. Yeah.
Yeah, it was enough.
That guy ate that guy's face.
That was pretty bad.
Other people, yeah, bath salts are dangerous. Okay, wait.
Official word.
I guess I'm scared of bath salts too, to be honest. If that's the zombie apocalypse, that's the thing. If everyone is on bath salts and running around and eating each other's faces, that's scary.
I think the good thing is not everyone would be on bath salts because I personally would never do
Maybe you would though.
I don't think
in this
I'm gonna
scenario, I think it's a zombie apocalypse. It's like forced upon us. It's not by choice.
So someone's holding my head in this.
Or it's like dumped in the water. I don't know.
Well, if you dump it in the water, then it's just bath salts.
Maybe anyone who takes a bath?
No, you have to snort it.
Oh, do you?
I watched the news.
Okay, what's your number 10?
My number 10/number 1. I kind of started off a little basic, so I guess it's in ascending order. The dark.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that shit.
Oh, me too.
I hate it.
Me too.
If there, I don't really know why. I think it's just in a primal way.
Right.
You know, like I think it was probably, well, they say it's like one of our first fears, I think, of being human.
Well, yeah, because think about what is in the dark.
Predators.
Anything. Predators, right.
Yeah, I'm always like, something's gonna eat me.
Yeah, totally.
But that's
I think that is super legitimate.
Thank you.
Well, my number 9 is spiders. And now, that's what I'm saying. This is down the list.
No, okay.
I'm not really afraid of spiders, as in, like, I like them as a concept. I also like as a concept, they're cool.
Yeah.
The role they play in the ecosystem, great. I also, like, and by that I mean, like, when they're in your house, they're eating little bugs. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's super dope.
The problem is that I don't like it when a big spider is, like, crawling around at me. And it's like, now I gotta deal with you, buddy.
Do you want to hear a story?
Yeah.
So one time, this was a house I lived in college, so obviously it was fucked up structurally and also just, like, cleanliness-wise, I guess. And we had a spider problem. And it was kind of like, I thought about it, and I was like, well, I don't really care because they're, like, eating other bugs. And then I woke up, felt something on me.
No.
There was a little brown recluse in my bed.
What?
And I, like, threw him.
That's the one.
I know.
Oh my God.
I, like, scooped him up and threw him on the ground.
Oh my
I got so scared. And then I, like, ran out from my room.
Wow.
And I don't know why I ran because it's not like he's chasing me.
No, but still scary.
I scooped him with my hand and, like, threw him on the ground.
You ran because the impact. Your ancestors that didn't run died.
Yeah.
They're not your ancestors.
I think the impact of it, like, just fucking killed him. Because I looked back and he was still just there, and I'm pretty sure he was dead.
Wow.
I mean, I definitely threw him out the door, so he was dead for sure.
Wow.
Hopefully. I don't know. Maybe he's alive outside. That's okay,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, like, spiders, cool, just all up on my business, no thank you,
Not
please.
at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that one.
Uh-huh.
My next one is still pretty basic, yet so ascending still.
Mhm.
Planes.
Planes.
I don't go on planes.
You don't go on them.
I don't trust them.
Yeah.
I don't really
Uh-huh.
understand, like, how they work, and that scares me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you think that if you understood how they worked more, you would feel safer?
Probably not.
Oh, yeah.
I think it scares me because I'm like, I don't understand this. And then it, like, when I do understand, because I've tried to watch, like, videos, because that's, like, the number one thing people say when you have, like, a fear of flying. They're like, oh, watch, like, videos about how, like, it works and you'll understand, like, how hard it is that they, like, can't crash or something. But then I watch those videos, and then the thing that the video always does is it tells you how it works, but it also tells you how it fails.
Oh.
And so I'm like, great. And
I know
because
too
I'm
much.
insane, yeah, and because I'm insane, I'll be like sitting there and be like, well, what if it happens? And the other thing with a plane, also, which is, I think is stupid, is like the other thing people say is like, oh, well, planes are like safer than cars or like whatever. Because
Yeah.
like, you know, car like crashes or like whatever. Here's what I'll raise you though. If a car crashes, you could probably survive.
Yeah.
Plane fucking crashes, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not for sure. People survive. But
but probably
yeah.
a metal
it's
tube
like,
falling out of the sky.
well, because I think
and it explodes.
the car crash, you just have to deal with like the impact. Maybe there's like fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty bad.
And like glass and stuff.
And like glass.
Being launched, I guess.
Well, I mean,
That's
you're not
the
wearing your
impact.
seatbelt.
Yeah.
That's the impact. But with the plane, it's like, it's going down. And also, if it starts falling apart, you're getting sucked out.
Yeah.
Then it's like when you hit the earth finally.
Impact.
Yeah. So that's like 3 things. That's far too much. I think I was just like built to stay on the ground.
I hear ya.
Humans were not meant to fly.
All right, and on that, here's my number 8. The dark.
Yeah, I
yes.
told you, it's scary.
Yes.
It's
so the
scary.
dark is super scary, and also I was like super scared of the dark as a kid. And I mean, even
Did you
still,
have a nightlight? A nightlight?
Oh.
Little guy?
I had I remember a nightlight, but also I had like a little TV in my room, and it was like on.
Yeah.
And just because it was like, without it, it was like dark and scary.
Too dark, yeah.
Yeah. And like, I mean, you know, I guess that kind of encompasses like fear of ghosts or whatever. Because I was never scared of like a monster under my bed, but I was scared of ghosts in the dark.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's literally just like the fact that it's dark. Like, I don't necessarily think that anything's coming out of it.
Yeah, but it's like, it's also like something could be in there.
No,
You're just
that's
scared of literally darkness.
Yeah.
And see, at some point, I like had some experience, probably when I had like a really bad headache, where I was like, I need to be in the dark.
Yeah.
And then like something happened where like, you know what, actually, I'm not scared of the dark.
You know, maybe this is not bad.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's still there because I am still scared of the dark sometimes. It's like when I'm suddenly in the dark when I don't want to be and
You're
don't
like,
expect
oh,
to be.
God,
that's not good.
this
Like
is run.
when you're in the bathroom and the automatic lights go off. I don't like that. I know it's
my
fine
number
or whatever,
one
but
a sub fear of being in the dark is being in the shower and having the power go out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because then you're just like in the shower.
In the dark.
In the dark.
Yeah. Oh
or
my
some
God.
people are sick and they like shower in the dark. Have you heard of these people?
I did that literally
Some people are
an hour
sick.
ago.
Some people are sick.
I'm in the dark showering. What's wrong with that?
That's just what I said. It's like, well, I guess for you, it's like you're choosing to be in the dark.
Yeah.
So you know about it.
Yeah, I know
but
about it.
I just feel like I like sitting there and like, showering in the dark. Like I feel like it's just the same thing where it's like I don't know what's gonna happen.
I guess so. And I mean, you know, I shower with the lights off, but some light comes in my windows.
Some people just have like
some people have darkness.
Some people just have darkness.
I can't do quite full darkness. I need to see it at least enough to know where stuff is. Okay, anyway.
Anyway, my next one, this is just kind of a stupid one, but it is true. People who like people who only like ice cream with a bunch of stuff in it.
So it's not the ice cream with the stuff. It's the people who only like that kind of ice cream. What about those people don't you like?
I don't trust them.
Oh.
I think it's here's the thing that I don't like and that I'm afraid of. I think I personally truly think this is true. This should be those traits that serial killers have. I think this
the
should
dark
be,
triad.
I think this should be one of them. Because personally, have you ever been in a circle and people are what's your favorite? This is so hear me out though.
Okay, I'm listening.
When people go around in a circle and they're like, what's your favorite? Personally, mine is pretty simple. It's probably strawberry or something. Just a fruit flavor.
Your favorite ice cream is strawberry ice cream? And you are getting on a soapbox about what people like as ice cream, and your favorite is strawberry?
I'm just doing an example. I'm not saying it is. What is your deal? So you hate it? I'm guessing.
It's not that I hate it.
I'm not saying that.
It's
I'm
just the worst favorite ice cream to have. And here's why. I think frozen strawberries are disgusting.
Okay, well,
They have a formaldehyde.
Okay, I'm giving an example. Let me say something that won't trigger you.
Okay, I'm triggered.
Insert any just one ingredient ice cream.
Like coffee.
Like coffee, yeah. Or I would even say cookies and cream is acceptable.
Oh, yeah.
Because technically that could just be an Oreo. It's just one thing. But then there's some people that are I only like the fucking chocolate plus chocolate chips plus fucking nut in Rocky
Road.
Rocky Road or not even Rocky. It's Rocky Road and also something else.
Yeah.
It's seriously
I mean,
8 million things. Or what's really demented. It's do you know those things? I promise you, this is so real. Do you know those places where you can make your own ice cream?
Yeah, like a frozen yogurt place. Or Cold Stone Creamery.
But more like Cold Stone Creamery. And they give people just full control of what they can put in there. And they go in there and put so many different things. And it don't even make sense. That's fucked up.
I don't understand this. I don't understand.
I'm saying that.
I don't want to say that this is an invalid fear.
And maybe I've gotten this wrong because it's not really a fear. I'm not afraid of these people. I'm saying that they could be serial killers. So
what
can we
is
agree
the
on that?
connection between?
Because think of a person. Try to be in the mindset of a person.
Okay.
That would put all these different textures into one thing. And if we take the frozen yogurt example, I'm losing you, so I'm not even gonna try to argue.
I'm lost on this one. I think multiple textures in an ice cream is enjoyable.
But if it's gummy worms,
yes,
and
cookies.
Okay, maybe you're a serial killer.
What?
It's just all those things wrapped in one thing, and you're eating it and enjoying it. I mean, that's a red flag.
It's not. I don't necessarily take one bite of everything all at once. When I go to frozen yogurt.
If it's I'm not saying frozen yogurt though. I'm saying if it's chopped up in.
If I was going to a Cold Stone, I wouldn't get.
And
so
why wouldn't you?
Stuff.
And why wouldn't you? Because that's fucked up, isn't it? Because that's fucked up.
Maybe you know someone that has done this.
I don't know anybody personally. I'm just saying. But because why wouldn't you do that?
I think that the fact that it exists opens up a door. It's a gateway drug to serial killing.
It is. Because why wouldn't you do that? Because it's fucked up. And I'm just saying.
Listen, I see where you're coming from. Maybe this is a debate for a later day.
Okay. You can go next.
Okay. So, number 7 for me.
You're going to hate the rest of my list.
It's in ascending. Well, so the next one is a solar flare leading to eternal darkness.
That's a
and,
good
like,
one.
You know,
Like a massive, like, they call it an EMP. Is that what they say?
That is like...
Or like a result of it.
Yeah, like an EMP is like electromagnetic pulse. Okay, I'm just saying what I know. I'm not an electromagnetic pulse doctor.
Like a scientist?
Yeah, and like it's a wave that knocks out electronics. This is that, but from the sun. It's a wave. It comes out also from nukes, EMPs. Anyway.
We should have never invented nukes.
This, well...
Don't.
this... So this, like, is like if a solar flare from the sun were to hit us, it would, like, overwhelm all electronics. They would all explode. Look up the Carrington event, anyone at home listening. So that would be... But it's another apocalypse scenario.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty scary. I remember watching... I used to watch a lot of science shows. I don't know. But, like, one of the things that this science show was covering was that. And, like, there are little ones that happen, like, kind of all the time.
Well, and
like,
also,
sometimes they do that. But
yeah.
I understand, like, because theoretically, there could be just a huge fucking...
A huge one. And if it hits us full on,
and we're done.
And, like, because there are big ones that shoot off and don't hit us. I don't know about all the time, but that they do that. And you can see crazy pictures and videos of them. And if one hits us directly, then it's like gonna explode us. In that way, all electronics are gonna
explode us.
Yeah, and like,
dude, and knowing how things work around here,
yeah,
the grid.
Oh my god,
it would be a nightmare.
It would be crazy. I remember reading somewhere that like when the power goes out, people just start dying because people are on
because of the dark.
Because of the dark. Okay, well, go on.
Okay, the next one, I think you'll understand a little bit more than my last one. So hopefully we'll be more on the same page. People yelling at me on the street.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
And then, like, the thing is, like, even if it's, like, friendly.
Oh, yeah, to be, like, surprised like that.
Yeah, I just feel like it sets me in such a fight or flight mode because it's, like, I don't know what's about to happen at all. Like, I don't. And, like, because also, usually when you're walking on the street, you have headphones on. Yeah. So it's really, like, I can't even tell, like, what they're saying in the moment.
Yeah, and then they're, like, already gone or whatever.
Yeah, and also, not to be, like, neurodivergent and fucked up, but I already have, like, audio processing stuff, like, when people talk to me regularly.
Yeah.
So, it, like, I'm already mostly confused about what people are saying to me. And then people are yelling at me in the street, and then I have to look around and like immediately assess like if I'm under a threat or not.
Yeah.
And I also think that this one is one of my top 10 because it's like I have this thing about me that causes people, like strangers, to speak to me on the streets, and I don't know what it is. I don't entirely hate it because sometimes they do give me like NPC style tips.
Yeah.
But it also causes people to yell at me, and I don't like it.
Well, and I mean, I've been on the phone with you, and people will, like, yell at you. And, like, stuff happens to you.
Like, what the heck?
It really is true.
It's scary. And you know what? If you're listening to this, don't yell at people. Don't. Don't do it. Especially not me. I'll be unhappy. But that's a pretty big fear of mine.
Yeah. Well, my number 6. Now, this
is
one...
also... No,
well, what I'm realizing... I'm sensing a theme here. So
if you're saying mine aren't serious enough, I do have a serious
No, I'm not saying that yours aren't serious enough. Because I was going to say that mine is...
Is it another apocalypse scenario?
No, it's mirrors in the dark. This is an irrational one.
That is so true,
but also, like...
That is so true.
Because I'm like, what are they reflecting? Because they are reflecting, even in the dark... Well, or they're not. And they're just blank. And you just can't see it because they are a fully reflective surface.
Well, also because people are like, stuff can come out of them.
Oh, yeah. Like Bloody Mary spooked me as a youngster.
Yeah.
And also, like, when you have two mirrors and you, like, can look down one, it's like an infinite expanse of mirrors. That's kind of weird.
Well, I think, you know the thing, I don't know who says this, but, like, we invented mirrors. And I think that truly is something in I think it's another primal brain thing where our fucking monkey brains are like, what the fuck is this? Like, when we look in the mirror, it's not actually like what we look
Totally.
because it's like a mirror image.
Yeah.
And I think that's totally true. Because again, I don't think we were meant to see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of the thing if God meant it, you know? You're not going to like
Was
it.
my number 6.
Yeah, you're not going to like
All right, what is it?
This is just like kind of mean.
You? Okay, what do you got?
Like, this is like, okay. There's like, here, I'll describe the bigger phenomenon and then I'll read you the thing that I have on this thing. There are like certain male actors that I find to be like extremely uncanny.
Okay.
In like a very disturbing, visceral way.
Go on.
I think like, and the
why am I gonna hate this?
Because I feel like you don't think I'm describing to you something that's real. I think I'm just like scared of the ice cream thing happening again. But like, the one I have listed on here is Jack Quaid. Do you know who that is?
Okay, I know who that is.
He, for me, something about him is like unreal. Like I don't like something about him fires off my brain in like a fucked up way. Like I'm looking at a scary, like weird person.
I agree. I think, well, everyone has a face.
The list of people. My one that I have that people sometimes find controversial. Jacob Elordi.
Who's that?
Do you know who that one is? He was a guy who he was the other. Have you ever seen like? I know you haven't seen Saltburn, but
I have seen Saltburn. What is with you right now?
I thought we had a conversation where you're like, I haven't seen it.
No, I've seen it. Okay. He licks the bathtub.
So he's the one in that movie.
Art.
Okay, what's with you?
Go on.
He's the one in that movie that's not the guy who licks the cum out of the bathtub.
He's the other guy.
He's the guy who's cummed.
Yeah.
I feel like Uncanny Valley, I feel like he looks like he's made of like plastic. And then the other person I don't like, and this is the last one I'll say because I feel like I'm like kind of making a hit list on myself right now. But like, the fucking like guy, are you familiar with Stranger Things?
I'm familiar.
The guy who was in the most like recent one, who was like the D&D drug sales guy. That guy is made of wax. I don't know what is with him, but like not even in that specific role because I watched a different movie with him also. Same phenomenon. I don't know what it is. It's just like it is lighting up like the same thing. Like when you see those videos where it's like this person is uncanny valley. Yeah. It's like the same thing happens in my brain, but it's only with male actors. It never happens with female ones. And I'm afraid of them. Like if I ever saw them in real life, I'd run.
Well, here's number 5.
Okay.
Back into Apocalypse Zone. All the water and land being poisoned by plastic. That's number 5 for me.
That is so specific.
And it's now we're kind of hitting the crossover in the graph where it's like these things could be real. And you know.
Well, not even could be real. I think that is happening.
Is real. Oh my God, Emma Lou has the funniest comic.
Emma Lou.
Did you see?
Shout out to Emma Lou.
Shout out Emma Lou. Did you see the comic that she drew?
No.
So I wish I could find it. I'm sure it's online somewhere.
Yeah. We can link it.
Link in the show notes.
Link in the show notes.
It's like someone coming in and they're like, oh, we got food to go. It's like, oh, did they include any utensils? No. She's like, don't worry. And she pulls off her skull and she reaches into her brain and pulls out a spoon. And she's like, I've got a spoon here or whatever. Yeah, from like the spoon's worth of microplastic in her brain.
That's
God, I thought that was so funny.
It is really funny because it's true. We have probably enough microplastics in us at any given time to make a small utensil.
In our brains, specifically.
Is that where it settles?
No. It settles everywhere. They just were slicing up brains and they're like, damn, there's a lot of plastic in this brain, and it's enough to make a plastic spoon. And it's only on the rise, folks. And that's just in our bodies. It is everywhere. Okay, here, literally true. You know those plastic
literally
utensils?
True alert.
Yeah, well, not literally true, but kind of. Those plastic utensils that come in those little bags. There's a factory out there making, turning. They go out into the ocean and they dig up oil. They put it in a drum. They come to a factory and they squeeze it through a machine and it turns it into plastic, and they shape it into a spoon and a fork and a knife, and they have a napkin and they put all that in a plastic bag. Okay, that factory churning out these plastic things. They put them on a truck, and the truck drives them all out to restaurants all over the place. Okay, restaurants all over the place have these utensils. They take them, they put them in the bag. You go home with your utensil, you maybe use it, maybe you throw it away. And then we throw it into a garbage bag, and then a garbage truck comes and grabs your trash and takes it to a landfill, and it stays there forever, and it sits there, okay? Consider it would be better for the environment if those factories making the plastic utensils just had a door at the back where they went straight into the landfill. Because there would be 2 trucks worth of transportation not involved. And the life cycle of those utensils would be better for the environment if it was just a factory churning out these utensils into the trash.
And that's in our bodies.
It's in everything. Okay, and number 5.
Human puppets.
So like puppet, like a person, a dead body on a string? No. Or like a person who's being manipulated by someone else?
No.
Human puppets? Puppets that are shaped like humans?
Why are you so mad at me?
Like Avenue Q?
No. You are so mad at me.
No, go on.
I'm talking about like when like marionettes, but they're like really hyper realistic puppets. Why are you mad?
Where have you seen something like this?
Where have you seen a solar flare that's... Well, I guess you've seen it.
On the internet!
That wasn't a good example.
It wasn't a good example because I'm saying things that I'm afraid of, and you are saying Harlow-specific negative memories or imaginations. Or opinions.
It does not be fears.
Yes. They can. But I don't even... Okay, a super realistic human marionette. You're afraid. Great. Me too.
Is that not okay?
It's fine.
Like, okay, we were just talking about the dark, and I feel like that's
a thing that is like around all the time.
There are people.
I can show you the dark right now.
That is so scary.
that came off as more of a threat than I meant it, because I would just flip a light switch, and I would have to say, excuse me, and stand up to go do it. So,
but I'm not, first of all.
How about this? Pull up a picture of a super realistic marionette for me right now.
I literally
It's not that I don't believe these things exist.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's definitely spooky. But
what do you mean?
You know,
you don't think that this is scary?
I mean, I don't find it scary. I find the image of it like spooky. It's like elevated. I'm not like actually scared of it.
There have been horror movies also about like scary human puppets. Like, I'm not making it up. Like, it's the Uncanny Valley thing again.
I know. That's what's interesting is like yours are centering around Uncanny Valley. Mine are centering around Apocalypse.
I guess I just don't like things that look like they should be alive and then they're not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it.
That's cool. That's interesting.
I can't
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm a fucking liar.
I didn't.
You literally did.
What?
You were like, when have you seen one of those?
Well, I'm asking. That's not calling you a liar.
Okay, what's your next one? What's your next apocalypse?
Well, it's not quite apocalypse, but a malicious and violent government takeover and or civil war.
That's just real, yeah.
Yeah,
like that's just something that can happen.
Number 4. You know, it's one of those. I don't think it's super likely.
Yeah.
But it's way more possible than it is.
Do you know what's
not.
funny? Like fears like that are definitely fears that I have. I feel like I just like didn't even list those because I was like, these are feels that everybody has on default.
I guess
and this
that
isn't
is
to like dunk
fair.
on you. I was just kind of like, because I think that's why mine are like so specific. Because I was like, I feel like everybody like is probably afraid of that on some level. And again, this is not to dunk on you.
Totally.
I'm just trying to like explain.
Totally. Well, and I also said that I was doing mine in ascending order, so I picked the fears that like actually like feel and like as like a more visceral kind of thing. Maybe I'm not saying that you didn't do that. I'm just saying that.
No, because that would fucking suck.
Yeah, totally.
That would super suck.
But also, like, at that same time, yeah, uncanny things and people, they're scary too.
Just not as scary.
And, I mean, I'm still not with you 100% on the ice cream thing. I'm working my way around it.
Literally, I'm
working my way around it.
We'll talk about it more.
We'll talk about it after this.
We'll talk about it
We're
after
gonna fight
after
this.
this show.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say about it. That would suck.
It would suck. And this is not listed on mine, but as an honorable mention, a fear of mine, just being shot with a gun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that would suck
truly,
so fucking bad.
Yeah.
And I know that is, like, again, so, like, duh.
Yeah.
But, like, being shot and, like, feeling a bullet go through me.
Yeah. That gives me the major ick.
That gives me a huge ick. Being shot, huge ick.
Yeah.
Speaking of icks.
Uh-huh. Oh.
My next one. Mysterious goo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Am I back in the valid territory now?
I'm choosing to be more supportive out of the gate instead of... I mean, I feel like you prime me for it sometimes. I had no reaction at all to the uncanny actors, basically. You know? Like,
and that's
it was
the
okay.
funny thing, because I feel like I felt like you were going to be way not on board with that. And you were like, no, valid.
I mean, yeah.
For the puppet thing. Anyway, but for the goo thing, like, why is it there? What is it made of? and like a specific example.
Okay, I was gonna say, what scenario are you coming across mysterious goo?
On the CTA all the fucking
that's
time. All the
one.
time. There's always mysterious goo.
Yeah.
Or like literally, I just got off the station to come here, and there is currently mysterious goo at the CTA stop that I swear to God could be blood. I'm like so like
whoa.
Yes, coagulated.
Eee.
And so I think the mysterious goo thing, it's like maybe it's also because it's just like a bigger it's a subsection of a bigger fear of just like germs.
Yeah.
But like accidentally touching mysterious goo. Ugh.
Yeah.
Or like seeing it and not knowing what it is.
Yeah.
Or like I feel like also like in a bigger, more apocalyptic sense, like radioactive goo.
Oh.
Or just like
the blob.
Gross stuff. Yeah. So maybe it's like mysterious goo / just like gross.
Yeah.
Like gross stuff.
Mysterious goo is giving me the same sensation as like when you're swimming and then like you touch like plants underwater or like fish and stuff and it's like, I didn't.
That's also a subsection.
Yeah.
Just stuff touching you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, my number 3, heights.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because like conceptually, I'm not really afraid of heights.
Mm-hmm.
But there are like when I get up on a thing, I like my body I like can't look over the edge. It's like the
It's
closer I
because
get to the edge.
humans
Yeah, exactly.
are meant to be on the ground.
Like my literal body is
Yes.
like having a deep reaction and like forcing me not to go over to the edge. It's really interesting.
No, and that again, that is because humans are supposed to live on the ground.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Because like I said, if God meant for us to be in the air,
yeah,
he would have given us ladders for feet.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, and propellers for hands.
Exactly. If we were meant to fly, if we were meant to... Yeah, I think it's just because it's like, again, it's just like a situation where we're out of our element.
Yeah.
Like, we are not supposed to be in the air.
It's interesting, I feel more safe in the air than over the water. I guess because, like, if I fall and land on the ground, it's like, people
like
live...
a plane versus a boat?
Yeah. Like, if I'm out in the water and I fall off, I'm probably going to die because... water,
I guess it like
you
depends.
drown in it.
I guess it depends what situation you're in. Are you wearing a life jacket?
Even if I am. Well, in this scenario, I'm way out in the ocean alone.
Well, I mean,
just in water.
In that scenario, yeah.
Yeah. How did I get there?
Yeah, I mean, like,
what's happening?
Like, if you fell out of a boat, I mean, hopefully you get back in it. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because those boats move fast, and the ocean is big.
Well, yeah, if you fall off a fucking cruise ship.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's anyway. But no, I understand what you're saying. But yeah, heights and any capacity.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
Especially because, and here's one thing I'll leave you with. It's kind of the same because if past a certain height, and this is applicable to the cruise ship scenario, if you're past a certain height, I think it's like 20 feet or something. If you hit the water, it feels like you're hitting concrete.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it wouldn't even really matter.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the same. Yeah. You get hurt. The next one is one of my more valid fears, I think. My heart stopping.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, for no reason.
Just stopping, yeah.
Just stopping.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's linked to my actual real life anxiety. But, like, do you ever, like, I don't know, I think this might be also a thing that it's, like, I don't understand how it works with the plane thing. I don't understand how your heart just, like...
It goes forever.
It just goes. And it's, like, weird. Because it's, like, theoretically, it, like, could just keep... It, like, if your body wasn't, like... failing, it could just keep fucking going.
I wonder.
And like it just doesn't make sense. And it's like a muscle and it contracts, which like sure. And it's like something electrical is happening in our bodies. But like what the fuck?
Yeah. The heart muscle is a specific kind of muscle cell.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, seriously. And it's like, and it's so weird because I'll be thinking about that and then I'll get like really hyper aware of it and be like, what if it just like decides to quit? But then I like say that to people and they're like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it literally doesn't happen. It like
has to have some sort of like outside thing.
Yeah,
like, because the reasons people's hearts do that is like heart disease or like something. And it's like crazy because it's like if the heart wouldn't get diseased or if it like didn't. Like, if you weren't, like, hit in the chest or something. Yeah. Just keep fucking going. And I don't understand how it works. And I think it's because I don't understand. I'm scared of it.
But I think, like, other things that do weird stuff to the heart, like, I think getting struck by lightning does stuff to the heart.
Well, I would argue that does something to your entire body.
Well, yeah. But, like, or, like, we can tone it down. Electrocuted. I think you can get electrocuted and it'll, like...
Yeah.
Because
pacemakers
are weird.
Pacemakers do the thing where it shocks your heart to like do the
keep it at a rhythm. Yeah.
Because that's what I said. It's something like electrical going on, but I don't like understand. I don't understand. And like I try to watch videos on it, and it makes me scared. Because I'm thinking about it, but like I just don't understand how our bodies evolve that way.
Speaking of all entities having hearts and circulatory systems and everything being whatever, here's my number 2. All of reality being a kind of matrix or dream, some kind of
I knew
state
you were
like
fucking
that,
say this shit.
Forced on us by an outside entity for some purpose.
Is the purpose also a key part of it? Or just like...
No, just for some purpose. for X purpose. I mean, I couldn't imagine what it could be. But...
for just like fun.
So the one that I'm sure was born from kids watching Monsters, Inc. and then growing up and writing conspiracy theories is it's aliens or whatever.
100%, yeah.
Keeping us in some kind of dream world. And and humans or every living thing creates this like emotional fuel slash food slash drug. And then there's these higher beings than us farming us for this material called loosh, kind of like sploosh from
Where did you get that from?
holes. Yeah, from the internet.
Is that
can
what
look
it's
it up.
called?
Yeah, that's what it's called in this conspiracy theory.
Oh,
some good
okay.
ones out there.
Okay.
But I mean,
I thought you just made that up, and I was like,
no.
kind of like
God,
sploosh.
why would I can't make anything up.
Infamously.
Yeah. Yeah, just for like being farmed. I mean, there's other ways that version of a metaphor of being in a dream world and being farmed for things can be applied. And also, that's why it's number 2, because what can that be applied to? What can that be applied to?
I mean, I think it's a pretty big fear because it's like, I think it leads into the bigger concept of like, people like to think that they have free will.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what if we're just in a machine? Like, what is the point? And I think it's, because even worse than being just in a machine is thinking about, again, that's why I asked about the purpose. It's like, even worse than being in a machine is like being in a machine for like an evil, fucked up reason.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if we were in a machine, because it's like, maybe like, you know, and I guess this still ended up bad, but you know that Black Mirror episode where like people die and then their like consciousness gets like uploaded and like they're in a computer or something. So like even if it's like that way, and I guess that's like kind of good. So if it's like we find out we're in a machine because like we already died or something, I feel like I'd be like whatever.
You're just living lifetimes reset.
Yeah, and I'd be like, okay, word. But like I feel like if it's like we're being like farmed for some sort of thing, that would probably be pretty fucked.
Do you think that in that scenario, would you be like super upset at the times that you've had to suffer in your life if you were living some fake digital, recreation? It's like, why do you have to suffer if this is some infinite dream anyway?
Well, I guess I'd probably just be like, yeah, obviously, because if everything was good, we'd probably catch on, right?
To the fact that, like, this is fake.
Well, yeah.
This has got to be fake because it's too good.
I mean, yeah, I guess in this scenario of it, if it was always good, I wouldn't understand what suffering is, so maybe I wouldn't. But, like, I feel like it would kind of just be like...
Or I guess, I mean, like, it's not that, like, because the world is fake, it's a digital recreation or whatever. Yeah. So, like, you could read about suffering in a book and, like, see it on the news or, like, live some fake life where you're going out and helping it.
I guess it just kind of depends on like how smart you think the design is. Like if they wanted to keep us like truly just like locked in key, like I don't think they would let us know what suffering would be.
But what if it was like interesting?
And I feel like it would kind of just be like, do you think there's like enough? Like, they could invent a code, I guess, that would be, like... I mean, I guess they could, like, if it was, like, they already have us all asleep or something. But they invented a code that could, like, individually monitor someone at all times to just make sure everything went right. Because also, what is right for someone else would fuck other people, like, around. So
well,
it's
and it's
like,
also, like, if in this...
And all of our things are interacting.
So in this scenario, like, we're all... uploaded into a real-time server, basically, and we are all actually interacting with each other. And then when we die, we just reset because we're just consciousnesses uploaded into this hive mind thing, but retaining individuality. But then
I feel like also to kind of answer this question, I feel like if I found out that we were in a simulation, I would have so much more on my mind than why did that bad thing happen to me? I would be like, what the fuck?
I guess that's fair.
Like literally,
at
what
that point,
fuck?
it's all fake anyway.
Yeah,
everything
at that point,
good
it's like
and
who
bad
even cares?
is
like,
the same.
So it's like at that point, who even cares? Like I wake up and I'm like in a machine.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck?
And like, what is this?
Yeah. I think I would have bigger fish to fry. My second to last one, and this is in no ascending order because the one that I have listed after this is so stupid. But I guess this is a this is a fear. Dying alone.
Oh.
And specifically, and this is based off something that's happened to me. One time, my friend looked at me, and I will literally never forget this. This haunts me. They looked at me and for unprompted no reason. I think we might have been smoking or something. They looked at me and said, Harlow, I think you're gonna be really scared when you die.
Oh my god. What the hell?
Like I can't remember, it was like along those lines. They were like, I think you're gonna be like really scared like when you're about to die. And I'm like, what?
What a crazy curse or judgment to make on someone.
I think it was like a judgment just because like I obviously am an anxious person.
Yeah, they're like,
so I think it kind
you're anxious. When you die, you're gonna freak out.
Freaking out. And like I think it was more tied to like that. Cause like fair.
Yeah, maybe.
But like I think for some reason like that like is in my brain, and now anytime I'm like freaking out, I'm like, I'm just gonna like be by myself. I'm like freaking out. I'm gonna die. Like what the heck? So maybe that's like too real.
Yeah.
But
no, not at all.
like,
I actually had that as the one that I said for the Mirrors in Darkness, because I was like, everyone is scared of dying alone. But hey, you said this one.
Yeah.
I tried to do a more me specific one. Because yeah, of course, I agree. That would suck.
That would suck.
And it happens to people often,
but also,
every day.
And the flip side of this also is like, I think I would feel embarrassed dying in front of someone.
It's probably embarrassing, but also it's like, whatever, this is it.
Yeah, it's like you can't feel embarrassed, obviously, but like I have so many like.
God, wouldn't it suck? Like your last few feelings are embarrassment.
And
Jesus.
so it's like when I'm weighing it in my head, I'm like, well, would I rather be scared or embarrassed?
Yeah,
which is so stupid.
Yeah, it's interesting too though, because I'm sure people, when they die and they have time to react to it, they freak out. But I've never seen that.
I think, and again, this is based off nothing.
Yeah.
Except like a science thing I saw in passing. I think like when you're about to die, the brain releases a chemical that's like, chill out.
Like literally, I think when you're
like,
about to die.
Yeah.
But like when you know it's coming, I mean.
Well, obviously, yeah. Like if you have like a terminal disease, you're like, oh man, I'm kind of freaking out.
Yeah.
But like, I think also it's like,
I guess we're talking like in the moment of death, you know you're dying. And how do you...
Well, sometimes it happens like too fast.
Oh, well, definitely. In that moment, you're not going to be scared.
You're not going to be anything.
Yeah.
You're just going to be like, well.
A ghost.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Suddenly a ghost.
Suddenly a ghost. But yeah, that's my second last one.
Okay, well, here's my number one. In ascending order.
Okay.
So this is my number one fear.
Awesome.
Failing and being shunned.
That together. Is so insane. I like how that ranks like higher than all the other ones.
Number one. It's the number one fear. Because
higher than being in a simulation.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, keep going.
Because
I'm just thinking.
Failing and being shunned, that could happen
100%.
Tomorrow. I mean, 100%. I don't think I don't really have anything in my life.
Everybody's researching, you know?
Yeah. But like, I don't really have anything that's like so much pressure on it that a failure would lead to me being shunned. Because I don't even know what that would look. I don't even know what a failure is. I don't even know what it would take to fail that hard. It doesn't matter. I'm afraid.
Well, and I feel like this fear maybe is from like the baggage we as humans have, like, you know, when we used to get like exiled,
yes.
People still do.
Totally.
But like, you know, like because theoretically you could be like politically exiled or just sent like
or just kicked out of your group, and that is like how you you need your group, so you get kicked out of your group, you die. I mean, not exactly, but also a little bit, and like
that's a pretty big one.
That's my number one.
Very valid. And I feel bad because I'm about to say.
Now let's hear Harlow's wacky, ridiculous number one fear.
This isn't my number one fear.
Okay,
again, I clarified.
I'm structuring it as this is your number one fear. Let's hear it.
Well, okay. If we're going to structure it that way, the one that I already read about, my heart stopping, would have been my number one.
Yeah, okay. But
now mine, as I clarified at the beginning of this, mine are not in any particular order.
Okay, but let's hear it.
Okay.
Wait, actually, first, why didn't you put them in a setting you want? You just wrote a list and just random. You just thought of stuff.
Well, I was just sitting there being like, what am I afraid of? It was just in my brain. Like, I was thinking about it today.
And so this is the first thing you thought of.
No, I think this is the last thing I thought of.
You started writing at 10.
I guess, but I just didn't assign numbers to them. I just wrote it.
Oh, okay. So you wrote it and then you went to the beginning and pressed enter and then made the new line?
No, I started with the dark, and then as I would think, and then I thought of something else, and then I thought of something else. So I guess it descended. Does that make sense? Like, I won't show you the last one, but like, see, I wrote this one, and then I wrote this one, and then I wrote
Oh, okay. You're going down the list.
Yeah, I'm going down the list.
Okay.
Because I'm just reading it in the way that I wrote it.
Okay.
Nothing is... I'm afraid.
No, it's just that you didn't do it the way that I did it, and so I'm upset. No, I'm not upset. I don't even care at all.
Maybe we should have talked about it.
I don't even care. It doesn't even matter. It's better this way.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. Okay, what's your number one?
Okay. So... I'm, like, afraid to say this.
The lead up to this is incredible.
It's like... One time... And I'm going to start with a specific thing, and then I'll, like... a bigger scope.
Okay. One time. It's an interesting start for describing a fear.
It could be born from a specific event. Like, that is the thing, though. Like,
I think you're
not afraid. That's the fear.
Your fears are born from very specific events. There was someone who had ice cream that was filled with stuff, and they yelled. They looked at you and they said, "Harlow, you're gonna be scared when you die." And you're like, "Dark Triad."
No, that is literally that one is not specific. That was just a personal belief.
Okay, yeah, exactly. But anyway, go on. Let's hear this. Let's get it out. Let's get on with it.
So, like, I read this story one time. I was like, I don't even remember what it is. I think maybe when I say it, people will recognize. But you know, like your shower drain.
Yeah.
Okay. So I read like a story. I think it was just like a horror story or something, where it's like the shower drain, and then there's something like in there. It's like that just like is in there and like sees you and like collects all your hair and is like a I guess it's like a monster.
I feel like I've heard of this too, actually.
Or like it's not like a ghost, but it's like it's something physical that like, is in there, and it's like it could like reach out and
was theoretically this from the internet?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was from the internet.
Yeah, it's like a creepypasta kind of, or like it's not an SCP, but it's like
something.
It's like an internet spooky character.
Yes, and then the other specific like example I have of this thing, which is how I know it is a fear and not just like, but like, are you familiar with the movie It? The more modern one?
Yeah.
The scene where he's like in the drain and she like is cutting her hair off and the hair like comes out and like grabs her and like tries to get her. Like that kind of thing.
Like hair and stuff in a drain.
Yes, but like it being alive and like touching you and grabbing you. Like kind of the same feeling like when you're swimming, like what we described it, where it's like you're swimming and something touches your feet or something. I just feel like in the shower is like a vulnerable time, or like if you're bent over your sink for some reason. That's a bit of a vulnerable time.
Totally.
And thinking of, especially because also a fun fact about me, for people who can't see me, I wear glasses. And when I take them off, I cannot see.
Not
so, like,
mine
thinking
own
about, like,
fears,
something
nor the
being
prophetic
in there,
soul
and,
of
like,
the wide world
or,
dreaming
like,
on
just
things
being
to
in there
come.
and like being alive.
Can yet the lease of my true
That
love
kind of thing.
control.
Yeah. That is
Supposed
a good one.
as forfeit to
I have no idea. I
do
cannot
not gauge
gauge
it at all.
I cannot gauge your reactions
after
to things because I felt like
endured,
that one you were going to be
and
like,
the sad
that's so
augurs
stupid.
mock their own presage.
That's a good one. But
Uncertainties
it's
now
also
crown
because,
themselves assured,
drains and stuff
and peace
are
proclaims
disgusting
olives
and,
of
It
endless
does
age.
tie kind of into the mysterious
Now, with the
glue. It
drops
does
of
kind
this
tie into
most
the
balmy
mysterious glue.
time, my
And,
love
like,
looks fresh, and
also,
death to
in
me,
the uncanny
subscribes.
Well, now I'm just trying to make connections.
Since
It's like a little
spite
guy.
Now
of
you're just
him,
trying to psychoanalyze
I'll
me.
live
No,
in
I'm
this
not
poor
psychoanalyzing
rhyme.
you. I mean, we could. if
While
you'd
he
like.
insults
already at an
our
hour.
dull
Oh,
and speechless
what?
tribes, and thou, in this, shalt
So
find
maybe
thy
not. We can save the
monument.
psychoanalyzation for a different
When
episode.
tyrants'
We can't
crests
put this in
and
the
tombs
this is
of
the
brass
whole
are spent.
podcast.
No, I'm not saying we put the whole thing in. We obviously cut it up. Thank you for listening to part 1 of May. The next part will be out on June 15th. While you wait, you know what's even odder than an audio play? A website. That's right. The Odd Hour is online.